Hey, man, this is the coach.
And this is the Beacon, and this is the Point Blank Perspectives podcast. What you got for us today,
You
Coach?
know what? I was talking with a friend of mine, and he's married. And he was sitting there saying, you know, his wife, about dating.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, we married. And I was like, no, man, you, as a married person, you should still find time to go on dates. So I guess I want to talk about
Well, hold on. Wait, what your friend say?
he didn't understand. And so from what I got it from my perspective
Uh huh.
is that okay, we married, you know, we, we'll go out from time to time, but his wife was saying we still need to go on dates.
Oh, got you. So he was treating it more like a casual thing, and she's saying it needs to be more like a.
Right. Don't
Got you,
don't
got you.
so I want to talk about what's the difference between single dating and married dating.
Mm, okay,
It's a difference,
it is a difference.
you
Well,
know.
I'm not married, so I can't really.
Right.
but I will say it this way: I could understand why in a marriage it's important to be, I guess, intentional with the dating.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very intentional. And for me, when we, my perspective is when we get married, and now all of a sudden we get comfortable.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of times where man or woman, but a lot of times us men, we get comfortable. You know what? I'm good. We'll go off for time. All right, but you still need to still date. Still let your wife know she's still number one in your eyes. Because a lot of times women, if they feel as though you know you're not doing what you did when you first started courting them,
Hmm.
it's like, all right, what's going on? Is there somebody else? You got to always take that off the table. It ain't nobody. It's just me and you. And, and it's easier because now I ain't got to worry about, oh, I gotta sit up here and try to take this person as y'all single people do. Steak 48. I think I can't have a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? And for a married person, a
Yeah.
date ain't always about the money. It's about the time. It's
I
about the
mean,
it's about the time that us two are sharing. A date could be we sit there and we may go start off, you know, if you
take
have
us take us down one of your dates, one of your married dates.
one of my married
Yeah,
dates.
yeah. Cause you a married man, and you got 15 years. So I'm pretty sure you got one you could just throw out there just to give some
All right,
advice.
for me, I always 90 90% of the time, my wife will say, you know what, let's go on a date. She may say it, you know what, we need to go on a date, and then leave it. And I'd be like, okay, I got
Oh,
that.
just to see what you're gonna do with it.
Right, right,
She
right,
she
right,
throw it up like
right. Throw the
Wade.
alley hoop up. Okay,
Think you
here,
gonna go
go
up like
get that. Go
LeBron.
get that. Yeah, and I'm like, oh, I got that. Don't worry about it.
Right.
And it's it is for us when we go on a date. We will split because we have a 7-year old.
Hmm.
Whatever all right, we're gonna split that up. Cool. But I take care of everything else. So now we going on a date.
Right.
Dependent, I'll always ask where what do you have a taste for?
Hmm.
I got to do all my recon mission, all my recon ahead of time.
Right.
Like, all right, what do you got a taste for? Because I have the general knowledge of what a date looks like, and a lot of times us as married men, we forget what does it look like to go on a date.
Hmm.
We totally forget because family, working, kids, we forget about the dating part. But for me, I gotta do my you do your recon mission first.
Right.
You know what you got taste for. Well, whatever it may be. So now you start to do your research. You go Google. Okay. This is very important. Married men, You know what your bills look like. You know what your pocket look like. So you need to sit up there and say, I believe I have said, okay, what do you have a taste for? These are the things I plan on doing, and this is my budget. We gotta be realistic
Yep.
because we still have to live. Bills are still coming in. It ain't like we single and be like, all right, well, all right, after I ain't worrying about you. No, we still
Single people
gotta.
got bills.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Like, hold up.
no, but what I'm saying is, if I'm single, and please forgive me,
Yeah, because I'm single and I'm listening to everything
right,
you
right.
saying right now.
If I'm single, if the date didn't go fine, or we might have had an argument, all right, I ain't dealing with you no more.
All right, I'm cool with that.
Married, the date go haywire.
Oh yeah, y'all still gotta go home.
You still got it.
Y'all still gotta go home.
And
Yeah.
listen, and at the end of the day, come on, man, let's keep it real. At the end of the day, we want what we want. Come on, come on, man. Married men, y'all feel me? At the end of the day, we looking for, okay, we gonna end this date off just right. You see what I'm saying? Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real. So when me and Angie went on our first date, it was, I'm not a baller. I'm a hard worker. I stay in my lane.
Mhm.
It was, what do you got? What do you want to eat?
You talking about y'all first married date?
No, our first date.
Oh, you went all the way back.
I'm going back for you. Our very first date.
Uh-huh.
It was, you know what I mean, what you want to eat. Well, I got a taste for so and so. So now, and at this time, Beacon, I have a license, but I don't have no car.
Mm-hmm.
She got the car.
Right.
So let me tell you my play. Let me tell you my I had a gas car. Baby, listen. But I'm up front. You know what I mean? Listen. Stop laughing. Listen. Listen. I ain't got no car, but she said, well, I got a car. You got yeah. Okay. I got a gas card. Well, I hear what you're saying. Gas is high. So that's a plus. You
Listen, you found your value, man.
Men,
You established your value.
You fill up a woman gas tank.
That's
fill
real.
it up. You can say what you want to say. She gonna appreciate that.
No, that's real.
Cause she ain't got to pay for that. That's one of my little plays out. Yeah, that's one of my plays, man. So
the gas card.
Yeah, the gas card. So now getting back to our first date.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we go to, I'm not going to say the restaurant. We go to a restaurant. First date, nothing fancy, because this is the filling out. Okay, let me see. Let me.
Was it one of the restaurants you can't go to now according to social media?
Oh, I don't pay that no mind.
Cheesecake Factory.
Listen,
Applebee's.
married men, married people don't even pay that.
But you said y'all wasn't married yet.
But at that time, yeah, you can go there. Oh yeah, you can go at that
time.
Go
there now for real.
Yeah. Listen, I told you, married, you can go. We don't pay that. Let's don't pay us no mind. Shucks. But yeah, so we went. We had a good dinner. You know what I mean? And it was a nice night. With a lot of times, married people also, what we do is put your phones to the side and just communicate.
Right.
A lot of times we not even communicating because of so many different things that we go through. Mm-hmm. So everyday life. So we don't even communicate. But a date is just because there's a lot of times where Angie will sit up there and say, you know what, Freddie, we need a date. And it gets me like, oh shucks, yeah, we haven't did it because of regular life. Mm-hmm. So we go on our date. And it's nothing real fancy. We go out to fancy stuff. Don't get me wrong, but there a lot of times it can be simple as you know what, we going out to wherever, and then let's go smoke a cigar. That's a date. A date could be, you know what, let's go walking at the museum or whatever. You know what? All right, let's do that. And that's a date. And a lot of times I let her decide. what the date gonna be. All right, cool. Long and my thing is, whatever you want to go eat, cool. I'm fine with that. But within that time, I would like to go smoke a cigar. And fortunately for me, my wife enjoys a nice cigar, so that's part of our date. So, what about you? As single dating, because oh my god, I know it's got to be rough.
Uh, it's not necessarily rough.
Okay.
Because one, I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. I guess the best way to put it is you are dating when you want to date. So, like, all right. So, perfect example, right? Like when you're married, you're in a situation to where you have to date at a certain point. Like it's like, okay, we haven't dated for 2 weeks, we haven't dated for a month, we haven't dated for whatever. We need to have a date. And your wife can even come to you and say, on this particular day at this particular place, and I guess the husband, depending on the marriage, could do the same thing. But when you single, it's almost like you choose where you put your energy at. So it's like, okay, I might feel like I want to date, and so I'll date. I might be focused on other things, and I might not date for a while because I'm just locked into all the different things that I might have going on. So I don't think it's difficult at all. I think it's only difficult. You know when dating is probably difficult, and I'm not here yet.
Okay. I'm listening.
Think dating becomes difficult when you're trying to be intentional about dating.
Okay.
So what I mean by that is when you dating, it's just for fun. It's all casual. You're just trying to have a good time, and you may or may not have fun on a date, but you already looking at it like, okay, well, if this date don't work out, then I'll go on another one, or if this situation don't work out, maybe I go and get into something else.
Okay.
But when you're dating to get married, or when you're dating looking for somebody, I would imagine that is when dating is tough, because now you're up against some of what we talked about before. Some of these, you like, if I'm looking to get married now, the very first time I'm talking to you, before we went anywhere, you telling me where you want to go, where you don't want to go. You got all these ultimatums and all of this, and it's like, dang, I'm trying to find a wife, but every time I even try to court a woman, she telling me what she want, what she don't want, and got this laundry list of all these demands. You know what I'm saying? But when you single, that don't really matter to you, because it's like at the end of the day, she start rambling all that stuff off. You just like, all right, I'm cool.
Right. Okay.
So that's why I'm saying I would imagine that dating with intention is probably hard, because when you're dating with intention, you probably have your eyes on somebody. You probably, the person you're dating, you're hoping that person is going to be your wife. I'm assuming when you're looking for a wife.
Okay. When you're looking for,
yeah, that's what I mean by dating with intention. I mean, you're dating with the purpose to find your wife.
Okay.
Or to get married.
Okay.
And so at the point that you're dating and you're looking for that, I'm saying that when you run into a situation as a man where a woman has all these demands and what she's willing to do, what she ain't doing, and it's like y'all ain't even went on the first date yet, or maybe y'all did.
Right.
That can be very discouraging.
Okay.
For somebody who's looking to get married. But again, when you're having fun, as soon as they start doing all of that, if you're not interested no more, it's like, all right, well, forget you.
Right. Gotcha.
So that's what I mean by that. But I mean, dating's been fun for me. I mean, no, I'm just saying, like, I've always had a good time with the people that I've went out with. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to your point earlier, it hasn't been always no 5-star trying to impress nobody, because that's not my style. So that's some people's style. That's not really my style.
So that, not to cut you off. So
you did cut me off,
and I apologize. I just got to ask. So you don't feel the pressure where I gotta take you to a certain spot. There ain't no pressure for you.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Men, make sure y'all hear there shouldn't really be no pressure. Okay.
No, it shouldn't be, because at the end of the day, the same way that young lady is going to show up for the type of guy that she wants is the same way that guy needs to keep in mind, okay, well, how much am I really trying to invest into this situation?
Okay.
So like if y'all are just trying to have fun, and that's been established up front, and when I'm saying up front, I'm talking about strictly dating.
Okay.
Like, let's just say me and the young lady, we catch a vibe, we having fun or whatever, or we get along really well, and I ask her out on a date.
Okay.
The very first date don't have to be me trying to wow you by taking you to some $4 restaurant. The
I
very
got
first
you.
date could be bowling, or you know,
Right.
it could be something just fun. Because
Right.
if the vibes were already fun, why am I trying to now elevate it to this next level?
Got
Listen,
you. Got you.
I I ain't gonna put no names out there,
Don't.
I ain't
We
gonna
ain't
put no
gonna do
names
that.
out
We
there.
ain't gonna do that.
But it's a friend. I can't even tell the story without laughing.
Okay.
But it's a friend of mine. Well, he's a friend of a friend, but either way, he decided that he was going to take this girl that he met at a party. She was giving him vibes at the party, right?
Okay.
He decided he was going to take this girl on the very first date to. I'm not even gonna put the restaurant out there. He took her to this 4-star or $4 restaurant on the first date.
Did she demand?
No, she was just willing to go out with him.
Oh wow.
He decided that that's what he was going to do.
He must have really liked it.
And he mentioned it to us, and we was like, "Why are you doing that?" Like, and it wasn't because she wasn't worthy of it or nothing like that. It
Right.
wasn't that, but it was like, it's your first date. Like, why are you going to do that? Because see, my thing is, don't do nothing that you can't make a habit, or that you're not willing to make a habit.
Got you.
So at the point that you starting off at a $4 5-star restaurant,
you got to keep that going.
yeah, you can't
Right,
turn
right,
around and then
right.
take her to, you know what I'm saying?
So you saying I can't sit up there and take you to Eddie V's, but then turn around and all right, you know what? We're gonna go
Now
to
we had
McDonald's.
Chili's.
Yeah, we had Chili's. No, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, you can't.
I got
do
you.
that.
I got you.
So
Exactly.
so when he did that, we all tried to say like, yo, like, we don't think that's the move.
Right.
Turns out they go there, right?
Uh-huh.
I guess everything was going good. Then the bill came.
Oh my
The bill came.
Beacon. Beacon. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
Listen, man.
Go ahead, man.
The bill came.
I just said something about that. Go ahead.
Apparently,
Mhm,
or
mhm.
even allegedly.
Okay. You know, we don't know. Okay.
Yeah, because I wasn't there.
Okay.
But allegedly,
Okay, go ahead.
the person didn't have the means to pay for the date.
You're talking about the man.
The man, yes, the man
He
who
didn't
the
have-
man whose idea it was to go to the place that they went to, which was a $4 5-star restaurant, didn't have the money to pay for the date.
Oh my gosh.
And so now, at the end of the date, the young lady now she paid for the date because she had it, and it was a hefty bill from what I allegedly heard.
Okay.
It was a hefty bill,
Okay.
but needless to say, they never went out again. And nothing else transpired between those two.
Okay. So I gotta say this. I have to say this. And I'm speaking to the ladies right now. To the women. Ladies, I'm speaking to you as your father, as your older uncle. And listen to me real good. When you go out with a man and you not too sure, and this is your first date, maybe your second date, but definitely your first date, always bring enough money to cover your half. If you're not driving, always have Uber on your phone, Uber, Lyft. That's what you, and also another thing that's very important. And ladies, you can say what you want to say. I'm growing on this. Let someone know where you're going. Because anything can happen. That's just my little message to the ladies. But back to you, Mike. Are you getting ready to tell me this MFer sat up there and took this young lady, had her hopes up here, and you couldn't pay for that bill?
Yipper, skipper. That's exactly how that went down.
He was wrong.
He was real wrong.
He was dead wrong.
He was real wrong.
Yeah, he was dead wrong.
And he ain't live it down either.
And he should.
He ain't live it down. But yeah, that was wild. But I'm saying all of that to say, like, again, when you dating and you single, dating could be expensive,
It can.
but it don't have to be.
Right.
And that's why when you asked me earlier how was dating for me, it's fine. Like it's fine, and it's always going to be fine for me because I don't try to go outside my means.
Okay.
Because it all comes down to what can I afford and what am I willing to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it's not even about what I'm willing to do for the female that I'm with. Sometimes it's about like what I got going on in my life right now and what I would like to do for you or what I know you would expect. I can't do it or I'm not there. So
Right.
we're not. I'm just going to not do that. But
Gotcha.
I'm willing. I'm the person that's willing to do that. There's some guys that they gonna move hell and high water to try to get the date because they trying to get to the end game.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's cool
Right.
if that's what you want to do. But just for me personally, I don't have no stress dating because I don't put stress on myself to date.
Okay. So our late Uncle Lester, God rest his soul, he told me, he said, whatever you do, you have to keep on doing it after you get married. You have to keep on doing it. You can't ease up on it. And a lot of times when we marry, back to what I was saying, we may start off boom, 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 and then all of a sudden we married now. We may keep it going the first year, 5 years. Now kids coming along, and now all of a sudden it's like, man, I ain't got time. I'm tired. I'm working all day. Also, men, if you have kids, you pay for a babysitter. Do not get cousin Lulu or whatever who it is. Pay for that service, because you want to make sure your kid is okay. We pay for a babysitter, but we use the same babysitter. The same, we use the same babysitter. We pay for it. Okay, she's in college. It works out for us, and we usually have like 1-2 babysitters, and that's how we do it. So
no, that's good advice. I'm gonna tell you this though. This is a rule that I have.
Okay, go. Ooh, I'm listening.
So a rule and this is me as a man or the type of man that I am, right?
Okay.
So my rule is,
listen to what he's saying. Listen to this rule, because it might help. It might help you out.
Listen, if you be quiet, let me tell them.
Okay, because it may help you out. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Go on.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
This is Coach and the Beacon.
Sorry.
No, I'm messing with you. No, so my rule is I always try to give at least 3 dates between me and the woman that I'm going on, that I'm hanging out with.
Why 3 dates? Okay, help.
You know what? You're genuinely looking confused and asking this question.
I am. You said 3 dates. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead. I'm listening.
So here's the thing. My thing is this. In 3 dates, I feel like it's somewhat of a test that I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Because often as men, or at least as how I was raised to understand how men should be when it comes to courting women and dating and all that, the man is supposed to pay, the man is supposed to pick the lady up and do all of this stuff, right? My feeling is that within 3 dates, and I'm not saying everybody who you go on a date with, you got to go out on a date 3 times. I'm just saying, in the event that we go on a date the first time and we vibing and I'm enjoying it, and we both enjoying each other's company, and we say, hey, let's go out again. Boom. Now we go on a second date, same thing. Vibes is good. We enjoying each other's company. Third day come around, same thing. As long as that's the situation, I'm saying within those 3 dates, for me, my rule is there's going to be one of those dates that I'm purposely not going to try to schedule. I'm not going to try to coordinate it. I'm not going to offer to pay for it. I'm going to see if that lady is willing to make the effort to want to go on that date and to come up with some sort of planning or paying or something. Like, I just want to see what her investment to it is. Because here's my challenge. My challenge is, as long as I keep on giving, you're going to be willing to take.
Okay.
And I'm a person, I do not go for that at all. in any type of relationships at all, like friendships, none of that. I don't like
Okay.
people that just take.
Got you.
So for me, a very easy way early on to see what type of woman you're dealing with is to see how invested is she into dating you.
Mm, I like
Because
that. I like that.
I'm willing to come pick you up. I'm willing to pay the bill. I'm willing to be chivalrous and open doors and do all of that stuff. But in the event of me doing all of that, what are you doing other than receiving what I'm giving you?
I like that.
So how does that make it hard to date me? That makes it very easy to date me.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now for me to protect myself, I like to see, okay, well, who going to circle the block and come back and say, yo, you know what? I really appreciate you taking me out, but you know what? I want to take you out this time.
I like that. Okay. Okay.
Or even
Okay.
if I come up with the second date, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go to pay for the bill. She, oh no, you know what? You got me last time. I got you. Or let's go half or something like that. Like
Okay.
I just want to see something, and I'm not going to ask you for it. I just want to see it.
Okay.
And a lot of the time, if I don't see it, then it ain't gonna be no second date
Gotcha. It won't be no date by the
or
third.
even a third date.
By
Because
the third, so you're saying by the third date, something should be offered.
in my opinion, yes.
Okay, and it's nothing to.
Because remember, you got some people out here that's single that feel like I'm the man, I'm the alpha, I'm the big dog, I take care of everything, and that's fine. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. If that's how that man chooses to be, and if that's what that woman wants,
Mm-hmm.
then that's perfectly fine. I'm just saying for me, that's my preference. My preference is I need to be able to see how invested is a young lady in me.
Okay, so is it? So my question, because that's a good. I think that's good. So my question is, when you're doing that with, so now the lady says, okay, I'm gonna pick the place. I got the place we can go. Is it a certain, like it gotta be on a 4-star, 5-star, or I just want to see you give an effort?
It's mainly about the effort, but it would
Okay.
be nice if you match the energy.
Okay. So she don't, if you do 5 stars, she don't have to give a 5 star.
She don't have to do 5 stars, but because maybe she don't got 5 star money,
Right. So but you just want to see the effort.
right? But if she do got 5 star money, and I know she got 5 star money, and I took her to 5 star, and she take me to 2 star or 1 star,
That's a deal breaker.
It better be a sentimental story behind it. It
It's
better be the place that, oh, my daddy used to bring me here before he passed away, and I just felt the need to. No, I'm just messing around.
So okay, I just want to make sure, men, listen to what the beacon said, because that's some good information. A lot of men don't understand that.
No, because did I cut you off?
No.
All right, because I was gonna say, you know how many times I've seen guys end up with a girl, and beautiful girl, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and early on, it looks like, oh yeah, the girl is so in love, and the guy he was able to get the bad girl and all that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then when like what you talked about, over time starts to happen. Because
Mm-hmm.
remember, you said over time, you've been married to this person for a while, and now you all need to start dating and doing that kind of stuff and stuff like that. So in my mind, when I see that, initially you start off, okay, the guy gets the bad girl or whatever, but then when you start looking at it, it's like, yo, she's bad, but sometimes you don't always see them invest back into
Right.
that guy.
Right. Right.
And the guy who's, might be chasing the money and doing all of that, he might be perfectly fine in that way. But at a certain point, I believe that somebody gets bored.
Mm-hmm.
So either he gets bored with the idea of taking care of somebody who's not adding value to him,
Right.
or she gets bored with somebody who's constantly throwing money at her, but not paying her any attention or acknowledging her existence.
Right. Okay.
So to me, that's why that investment piece is so important to me, because I feel like if you're willing to invest in me up front,
Mhm.
then 9 times out of 10, I got a good chance that you'll be paying attention later on down the line. When, to your point earlier, all right, I might be busy with work, I might be busy with
Mm-hmm.
all these other things, and now I need somebody to reel me in
Mm-hmm.
in the relationship to be like, yo, like I'm here, like I want
Right.
you to know I'm here for you.
Okay.
So it's a small thing, but it's a small thing that shows me a really big it shows me a really big part of who that person is.
Okay. So now this is I've been, when I do go on social media.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say single dates.
No, no, no. Please. I'm good. When I do look on social media, I've been seeing where it may be a dude and all the females want that guy to pay for their meal. I mean, that's crazy.
That's beyond crazy.
I,
That's beyond crazy.
help,
Well,
help me out. Help me out.
it's not. No, it's crazy. I was gonna say it's not crazy, but it's crazy. And I'm not even gonna entertain and act like it's not crazy. But it's not. It's not impossible that you're with a guy who says, you know what, I want to pick up the bill for all of y'all. That's not impossible for a guy to want to do that.
Right.
But for you as a woman to go out and expect that from a guy
Right.
that you're not dating
Right.
is insane to me.
Well, when I seen it, it was a birthday.
I think I saw the same thing you talking about.
It was a birthday, and the guy was like, "No, I'm paying for you. I'm not paying for." I don't know how many ladies was there.
I think if we talking about the same video, I think it was maybe like 4 or 5 women there,
Okay.
and one of the women, I believe, was either his wife or his girlfriend.
Oh, I seen that one. Yeah, and he said, "No, I'm paying for my wife."
Right, and
And
I think he had a kid, right?
Yeah, he had a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I go with him. That's why I said what I said earlier. Ladies, when you go out on a date, make sure you got your half of the bill. And make sure you got a way of getting home. And make sure you let somebody know where you're maybe not Pacific. You just want somebody to know, I'm going on a date with this guy. We're supposed to be going here. Just so not to check on you, but just to be like, you know what? All right. If it don't go right, I can call this person know where to come get me.
Right. That's real.
Especially with the climate of what's going on in the world these days. That's ladies, that's the only reason I'm saying it. That's the only reason I'm saying it.
No, but that's real advice though, because I mean, you got all kinds of stuff going out here going on in the world, man.
People sitting up there, they drugging, when you go to the bathroom, they drug because they trying to get you, I'm gonna get this one night. Right. Oh, I gotta go to the bathroom. Go ahead to the bathroom. Then they put something in your drink, and now you come back, the night's almost over, and now you wake up in their room.
But even beyond that, I mean, they got sex trafficking now. Like dudes is like
right,
really, kidnapping women and selling them all.
And we don't condone none of that. That's that's why we're saying, ladies, we're even though this is for men, with ladies, we still try. If it's something we can give you from our perspective, then that's what we're gonna do, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. So I felt at that time this had to be said. So go ahead. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, that's a good point, man. I don't think I was saying anything.
Okay.
I don't think I would.
But yeah, so now, this is the way I looked at it when I was dating, before I met my wife.
When you were single.
And I was single before I met my wife. I always looked at it as the single man, I am a free agent. All the women are different sports teams. So I may try out for that sport team, that team. Now that's not a good fit for me. Nah, I'm a free agent. That's the way I looked at it. I'm a free agent, and and so there's different teams. So if I don't like that owner of that team, I can't play for you.
You know why that's funny?
Why?
You know why that's funny? Because you sound like the boy that was the player, and now we call you coach. Now, from now on, if anybody asks us why we call him coach, that's why.
But now, now let me. This is another question that I've been thinking about. Mm-hmm. When you got a double date, do you ever, if you know what,
as a single man,
you double dating? Do you You gave me that look like, what?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
All right, so now you, let's say you into,
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but
let's say you the young lady passed the third date,
right.
and y'all like, all right, yeah, we go out, but she may say, well, you know what, my girlfriend and her,
And they peoples.
yeah, want to come out with us.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It depends on how I feel about the situation.
Okay.
If I feel like she's somebody who we vibing on that at that level, and I feel comfortable doing that, then I do it.
Okay.
But to be honest with you, at the point that we got to that third date or beyond, she's probably somebody who I'm cool enough with to show up to a situation like that.
Okay, I just wasn't too sure.
Yeah, but the initial thing, unless it's a situation where, let's just say, kind of like a blind date situation. Like, let's just say one of my homies is like, "Yo, my girl got this girl for you." Then it's like, all right, I'll show up to something like that just to see what it is. But even nowadays, I'm not trying to do that. But I'm just saying, back in the day when I was younger, that was a scenario in which being single and double dating made sense.
Was you going to when you've been on that type of vibe, right? That what you saying? So now my question, was you expected to pay for that young lady's meal? Part of the bill?
I think I went into it prepared for that.
Why?
Because the way that I am,
okay,
again, like chivalry and all that stuff is big for me. So it's like, all right, she's not who I chose to go on a date with, but she did come out to meet me. So that kind of sort of makes it a date. It's not. I'm not required to do it.
Oh,
okay. And I'm not saying I always did do it, but I'm saying I always prepared myself to do it if I showed up in a situation like that.
All right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that I had to, or I felt the need that I had to do it. I'm just saying I showed up with more than enough than for what just for me.
Okay. Because you didn't want to seem like, you didn't want her to look at you like, oh, he ain't got no money? Is that what it was? Or it was just like, this is what a man should do?
I mean, it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
A little bit of both, because I damn sure don't want her talking about I'm broke. Damn, girl, why you hooking me up that broke? Hey.
Got you.
All I got was some chicken tenders. He couldn't even give me that. Nah, you ain't gonna talk about me like that. You put that smell on my name.
Okay.
That's deep.
I got you.
But yeah, so it's that, and then the other part of it is that's just, again, just being a man, being a gentleman. Like, that's just how I am.
Now, for me and Angie, a date could be, in my eyes, a date could be in the morning. We do coffee. Go get some coffee.
Is this why y'all married?
Huh? Right, listen.
Because that sounded crazy. A date is in the morning.
No, in the morning we go get some coffee, something like this, and then we run to all the stores she want to go to. You know what I mean? We go to the store she wants. That's a date with
that's either married dating or rich single dating.
Like Home Depot. Like now it's flower time. Okay, we're gonna get some flowers. Okay. And then in the midst of all that, come on, I got you. We're gonna go get something to eat. And then we out more. We out, and this is all day. And then let's go get something to eat for dinner.
Yo, that's crazy. I don't know if I've ever been on an all-day date.
Like, you married, you going to all-day date.
Well, yeah, I ain't married yet, but I'm just saying an all-day date sound. I mean, I might have, but maybe I just didn't look at it like that.
All day, you're out. If you're out with a young lady, and y'all start off in the morning, and let's say y'all start, you know what, we're gonna go out 10 o'clock in the morning.
Get some breakfast.
You're obligated. You're obligated. Not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you good.
You're obligated to feed her. I heard this from someone. You're obligated to make sure she eats. That is your obligation. So in the morning time, you know what? We're gonna go to a diner, and you letting her know. Look, you know we're gonna go. Let's go get. You had diner food. Diner food is good. I don't do diner food. Come on, just try it. Okay. Let's go get something to eat at a diner. And from then on, okay, we hanging out. 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, let's go get something to eat. Now You may, depending on how you dress, you may say, well, you know what? Let's go wherever next.
Like an activity or something.
No. For eating, I'm talking about eating because you're
Oh.
gonna be out all day. Okay, now after that, now y'all out still all day still, and it's getting night. You know what? Let's go somewhere and get something to eat. It don't always have to be we going to a 5-star, but that's a date.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That is an all day date.
When you first started talking about it, I thought you were I thought you was telling us like, okay, you go take them to eat, and then you go do this and you do. But what you're saying is, if you're going to be with the woman all day,
Right.
you got to make sure she eats. And if
Yes.
if you out with her all day, then you make sure she eat multiple times.
Exactly. Yes.
That's what. Okay.
Yeah, you make sure she eats multiple times.
Yeah.
But you also got to know, you got to know, as we have been saying, you got to know your budget. You jumping out there and you don't know your budget, that's crazy. You trying to, and I guess these days and times, it's all about impressing. And I see what I don't do, I'm not a person that take picture of food. That's just not what I do. I see people snapping pictures of their food and I'm like,
sometimes it depends on where I'm at.
Seriously?
Yeah, I do that sometimes.
I know Angie did that, and I'm like, what you doing? First time she ever did it. I'm like, what you pulling your phone out for? Oh yeah, I'm gonna snap. What? What do you mean? I mean, I seen it, and I was just like, oh, all right, well, that okay, fine, all right. And
So here's the question I have for you for married dating.
Go ahead.
So when it comes to married dating, do you feel like it gets to a point where you lose some of the freedom to be creative in the dating in terms of what you want to do? Because I guess what I'm asking is, when you first meet somebody and you kind of hinted to it a little bit, you talked about how you mentioned the diner. You said, let's go to the diner. She was like, I don't like the diner. But you're like, oh, come on, let's go and have some fun. Like, just try it. Whereas now you married, she don't like diners, or maybe something else that she don't like. It don't even gotta be food, but just something else that she don't like that maybe you want to do or try, and you would like for her to try it. As a married man now, do you still try to get her to do those things, or do you just accept the fact that she ain't trying to do that, and I'm just going to do that either on my own, or I'll do that with my homies, or I'll do that another way?
It all depends.
Okay.
It depends on, and I'm gonna say this: you have to do your homework. So doing your homework means communicating. That's the big thing. A lot of times, oh yeah, we're gonna do. No, if you know your wife doesn't like to go here, let's say a diner. So what you do is, your phones are computers. And so a lot of times what me and Angie do, we'll sit there and be like, all right, look, we're going out on whatever date. All right, let's go. Now we're starting to look up what these are the places we may want to go to. And at the same time, you pull up the menu. You pulling up the menu. Look, this is what they got. What you think about that? Oh, well, you know what? And a lot of times, well, not a lot of times, but there are times when your wife, she'll you know what? Okay. Especially if you've been, listen, I've been going with you. Come on, I got this date. I know you don't like that. This is what I do, because I'm horrible at it. Angie, this is where I want to take you. Look at the menu. So you were asking me about being creative in dating as a married person. You should always still find ways to all right, let me make sure I say this just right. You should find ways as a man to be creative, because you know your spouse. You know your wife. And a lot of times you ask me, you said, well, if you know your wife don't like the diners, would you sit up there and don't even ask her, or go with one of your buddies, go by yourself, whatever? Yeah, but if a woman loves you, she'll go because she wants to spend time with you. And most women are going to look on that menu and say, all right, I'll eat that. That you already know, but you will appreciate, because I love you this much and what you do for me all the time, the sacrifice that you put in for me, I'm gonna sacrifice and I'm gonna go there. I'll find something to eat. That's what a wife would do.
Mm.
I'm not talking about these.
I like how you said that.
I ain't talking about these fake wives.
Fake
I ain't mean
wives.
to say fake wives. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fake wives.
Listen, I'm talking about a wife that loves her husband, and l- love is a sacrifice, give and take. You know what? I know I can find something to eat at this place. It's got to, and even if I get a coffee and a bagel, but it's just us spending time. That's a date.
No, that's real. And you know what? And thank you for answering my question.
Mhm.
But even beyond that, I think even from a single perspective, right? Like when you start getting closer to the point of, yo, I really like this person. Sometimes you will be like, you know what? I don't really want to go here. I don't really
Mhm.
want to eat there. But you know what? If it's gonna give me an opportunity to spend some time with her, then
Right.
I'm gonna chalk it up.
Right. A date is all, to me. A date is just, I want to spend time with you. I want to get to know you more. That's what a date is. A date for me and Angie, we might be out there. We could be sit out on well, ain't no date, but we can go on a date, and now it's, man, what's been, you all right? Is everything good? How's your day going? We just talking.
Right.
We not trying to, we past the trying to impress each other.
Right.
So we passed that part.
Yeah, y'all was 15 years, right?
Yeah. We've been together 18 and we've been married for 15.
Dang.
We passed the, I'ma surprise you at this restaurant. No. We ain't doing that either. Listen, your birthday? All right, where you want to go? All right, well, if you want to go there, okay, let me say my little duckets up. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean?
No,
Let me say my duck. I'm gonna say my duck. We gonna have a good time, and that's what it is.
But that's decent though, because at least that way, it's somebody showing effort. Because effort don't always got to be this elaborate. I'm trying to surprise you, and I'm shocking the world and buying the most expensive things. It's just the effort, really. Like,
yeah.
Well, it is the effort, but
yeah,
it's the quality too.
Right. And you ask a married man that been married over 10 years, all that surprising.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have time for that. It's like, I know my wife. I know her. You know what? These are the things she like. Okay, babes, I'm thinking about, sweetheart, I'm looking at 3 different restaurants. Where you want to go eat at? And she gonna let you go. And dating, also dating is when can I do it? The timing.
Mm-hmm.
Dating is timing. So that's my perspective on dating as a married person.
Do you have more? Because I'm curious to know. Do you have more, if any at all?
Mm-hmm.
But do you have more expectations from your wife in dating than you did when you were a single man, and the women that you may have dated?
What you mean expectation?
So
what
like,
do you mean?
So like,
I want to make, when I answer this question, I want to make sure I understand what's going on. That's why I'm asking.
Nothing wrong with that.
Go ahead.
So I'm asking, when you're single and you're dating,
mm-hmm.
and I get the sense that you're kind of sort of the same way that I am in terms of, you probably plan it and you try to pick the woman up and
mm-hmm.
you're doing all of that.
I got a gas card. Go ahead.
You got your gas card.
Got my gas card. Go ahead. What you said?
But once you get married now, like you said, y'all been invested, y'all done got married, y'all know each other's, likes and dislikes and all that kind of stuff. And now y'all are truly a partnership now.
Mm-hmm.
So does it get to a point in the marriage where now that you're married, that now you say, you know what, she's my wife, and every once in a while she should do this? Because I'm assuming you wouldn't do that as a single man.
What you mean she should do?
Like, I don't know, plan a date or.
I believe that, but if you marry, your wife is going to plan the dates more than you will. Oh yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I was getting
The
to.
woman's going to plan a date. The man just goes. Most men gonna be like, you know what? Just let me know where I'm going. I'm gonna pay for it. Don't even worry about it. I ain't got time for that. That's how men. You know what? Because you remember, if you over 10 years in, if you over 5 years in, babe, just let me know it. Just let me know where we going.
Yeah,
Go
no,
ahead, just
that's
let me
real.
know.
That's
Cause
real.
she already know women is gonna be more strategic at it. They already understand, you know what, this bill coming up. Okay, you know what? We boom 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 boom. You know what? This is where we this is and then she may choose from three different places,
Mhm.
depending if it's your birthday. It all depends. But also my wife, she'll sit up there and say, you know what? I'm treating you. Woo! Do you know how I'll be like, oh, she
I
treating
do,
me.
because even as a single man, I love
Listen, the lady would bring the bill up. I'll be like, you can give it to her. No, 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 no. I,
it.
I back up. No, no, no. Give it to her. I say, listen, I'm getting treated, ma'am. I don't do. Listen, I'm getting treated. Give it to my wife. She
See,
be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's right, that's right. Oh, okay. So
see, and I don't say all of that, but in the moment that I'm with a female and
mhm,
the energy is they want to pay for the bill, and again, like I mentioned, like in them 3 dates, once she say that, I'm like, oh, okay, like
right,
you got my attention now, because
right,
I'm like, oh, you okay,
right.
all right, cool.
But again, when Angie's going to pay for it, it's already been established. Say, Freddie, you know what? I'm gonna pay for this. I'm
Hmm.
paying for us to go out. We going out. I'm paying for it.
Yeah, that's dope.
Oh, okay, okay.
That's dope.
Bet that's what's up then. You know what I mean? And that's how we do it. But it's again, it comes back to communicating. You got to be single dating or married dating. You got to be able to communicate. Because if you don't, you're gonna have into these problems where you run into you if the woman doesn't feel like you took her to a 5-star restaurant or one of the restaurants that you got to take them to with what's being said, the first thing they scream out, oh, you must be broke. What? I don't think, as you would say, I don't think you that valuable. I need to take you there. But now I got to be broke. You right. You right.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
I'll be broke.
yeah,
How will you call me what you want?
yeah. So it was, and yeah, this has been on my mind.
Clearly.
When talking about when I was talking with him, and I was like, wow. So that is my point blank perspective on this whole thing. And our closing words. We have closing words. You wanna say anything? Closing words.
Yeah. I mean, I always want to say some closing
I'm
words.
listening. The single people are listening.
So I think the thing about single dating is it don't have to be difficult. You get to a point where you know what you want, you know what you're willing to invest into the situation, and you just have to be honest with yourself about that and evaluate the person that it is that you're either going to spend your time with or going to spend your money on. And as long as you do that and you real with yourself, I don't think you'll have an issue. The other thing that I learned too, and I want to shout him out, but I can't because I don't really know. But I was talking to somebody one time, and he was talking to me about the difference in dating to have fun versus dating with intention. And that's another thing when you're when you're a single person dating is understand why you're dating or be honest about why you're dating up front. If you're dating casually and you just trying to see what's going on and you're not looking for nothing serious, say that up front. If you dating with the intent to get married or you looking for your wife or your husband or whatever, say that up front. So then that way you can avoid a lot of BS down the line. Y'all can be on the same page. And y'all might not even be on the same page on that first date. But just by you being open in the communication, you just never know where things might lead. So I say that to say, be honest with yourself and be honest with the other person and enjoy yourself.
Mm,
Because dating is definitely fun
mm. Okay. Okay.
when done right.
Got you. My closing words. is married men never forget the date because you don't want your wife feel as though you're taking her for granted.
Mm.
That's a real thing.
That's real.
So keep dating, keep the spark alive. Don't never take your spouse for granted.
That's right.
And that's coming from the coach, from my point blank perspective.
Because the other part of that too, coach, is the married man mess around, sleep on his wife, needing a date. That single dude might take it to that 4-star.
Hey, listen, you know what? Listen.
He might not afford the bill, but he gonna get it because the thought. It was the thought that count. It was the effort. She gonna pay happily.
Listen,
and give him a tip.
Listen, what you won't do, another man will. And so I'm the coach.
And I'm the beacon. And this has been the Point Blank Perspectives Podcast.
Yeah.